Hi Collective, it's Jana, and I'm back. This ain't gonna be a read, okay? This is gonna be dream entry number 6, okay? I just got a download, okay? It's scattered, so it's not gonna flow real nice, right? And it wasn't long, right? I went to some sort of home or a party or engagement, okay? This is the engagement they've been trying to get me to in the 3D, but they couldn't, right? But there were a few things I've done differently today, okay? And that triggered this this lucid dream, okay? There is a connection to Romania. It may not be with these people, but there's a connection with me to Romania, okay? Because that was a part of what helped to trigger this, because they've been fucking with my dreams, right? But I always get certain dreams when I need it, okay? In this dream, I walked into this place. It was almost like a compound, okay? It wasn't just like a house party. It was a lot of room and a lot of people, a lot of melanated people, right? All right, I went into this place and I'm walking around. I'm looking at the people, okay? I think the first person I saw was my cousin, right? Okay, they call her MJ, right? And she looked heavier. Everybody didn't look the way they presently look, okay? So she looked like she was younger then, and she had more weight on them, right? And I was looking at him, right? And I'm talking, trying to get some information, right? And I was talking to her, just pretty much letting her know that I knew what she did regarding, my twin, right? My fallen twin. Because she slept with him too, right? That's what I believe, right? But my fallen twin, I think he slept with probably half of my family, okay? My immediate family. And yeah. Okay, but if not the whole family, okay? This is crazy, right? But she slept with him, right? And I was letting her know that I knew it, right? And she just had this stupid look on her face, like smirking, but just stupid, like she's been caught, right? And she was walking away. And I was walking after her or next to her, near her, speaking my truth, right? She kept walking, right? And then my sister, Angela, she popped up, right? And I guess the way, because I was going to leave eventually, right? But I started talking to her, right? I said, oh, yeah. I said, my twin, I said, oh, so I know he slept with, you, right? I already knew that she slept with him, right? But then I said, now, who's this person that he went into this so-called marriage with? I believe it was this person, right? And I got a name. Okay, which I've also heard in other readings. And I also know this name to be a part of, within the family, like in-laws, right? The name was Sade. I asked her, I said, so who was the one that, he slept with? And she said, Sade. I said, oh, okay. And then I said, so did they have a baby? And she said, yeah. Okay, so I'm taking that as truth, okay? And I'm speaking to her about that, and I'm just getting my thing off in words, right? And then as I was about to leave, right, I felt like my mom was there with me, but I couldn't see her at all. I just felt the presence of my ancestors, right? That's why at the end we're going to pull a few cards from the Ancestor Speaks, right? And I see 12:23 on the clock, right? Yeah. Something's broken. Okay. But at the end, there was this man, right? He was familiar to me for some reason, okay? But it was an Arabic man, okay? And he was talking to me briefly, and whoever was with me, whatever ancestor was with me, okay? But an invisible ancestor, right? And I don't even recall any of the words that were spoken, right? But then someone else came up that I was familiar with, right? Came up to this person, this Arabic person, right? And then I came back over after me and him had said something. I don't know what the hell he was saying, right? But that's when I realized I was drugged, okay? I didn't drink anything. I didn't eat anything, okay? Maybe I touched something, okay? Either way, this was like an etheric type of drugging, right? I was drugged. 5:05 was on the clock, right? And you know, I know at the point this drugging feeling started, okay? I'm going to speak about that. I'm almost there. But this man was talking to someone, and this person, it might have been my brother, okay, my middle brother that's left, Rodney, right? And he brought me back over to this man. And I said hi, right? I waved as if I hadn't spoke with this person or met him before, right? And he waved, and he came over to give me a hug, right? And then he went to kiss my neck, almost like this thing that this neighbor did across the street, tried to do, right? And I moved my face. He tried to kiss me on my neck, right? After trying to hug me. But this is what this guy did, right? And when he went to hug me and kiss me on my neck, he latched in on my neck like a fucking vampire, okay? And I could feel him trying to make a passion mark on my neck. He wouldn't let go, right? And that's when I felt myself being drugged, that I had been drugged, okay? I just saw 6:09 on the clock, okay? And 6:09 is important because my fallen twin's life path is 6 and mine's is 9, okay? That's 6-9 ratio, so to speak, right? Yeah. So, you know, when I realized what was happening, it dawned on me, right? And also before then, before I got to him, once the man was doing that, latching onto my neck, right, y'all, my sister came back up and she was looking like, I got you. You can't get away, right? Like, we got you, right? And I'm in my mind saying, you know, because I felt myself going into a really deep, like sleep, like a drug sleep, right? And I was fighting. I felt like I wasn't going to get out of that shit, right? But I did, right? And I popped up. I was laying on the couch. I popped up, right? And I had all this fucking energy, right? So for me, that was symbolic, you know, that they did what the fuck they was going to do. And that's all the fuck they going to do, right? And pretty much it was just to reveal to me this person, this hidden person, okay? Like I said, this was a man from the Middle East. He was Arabic, right? He was a short guy, like a little short fat fuck, right? With a pot belly, like, right? But it wasn't that other dude that came up in the astral, right? But, cause that dude was a white guy. And y'all know I'm rambling, so forgive me, right? But, when I woke up, I was like, now who is this person? Okay, cause I didn't really recognize him, but I did. Okay, so what I came up with, I said everybody was distorted in the dream the way they looked, right? This is one of my so-called neighbors, okay? This is fat fuck that live upstairs from me, okay? Either it was him or somebody connected with him, okay? So I'm just saying this to let this nigga know, nigga, you been caught, okay? Yeah. My ancestors just wanted to show me that, confirm what I already fucking knew, okay? So if they showed me that, what you think they about to show you? Okay. All right, collective. Now, I just got my ancestors speak deck, the small deck, right? We're going to pull a few cards from that, and we out of here, all right? Let's do this. My recommendations, like I said, I don't get into that shit like that, okay? I just reveal the secrets, okay? My ancestors handle the rest. But they said something about, don't go to sleep, nigga. All right, let's get a pull. All right, we're just gonna read the ones that came out. Okay, it looked like it's about 8 of them. I'm reading everything in the upright. Okay, bingo. You been caught, nigga. First one. It's time to release all toxic connections. Number 2, equalizer. Number 3, you are never alone, collective. I am never alone. Your ancestors are always with you, as close as the jugular. You have earned the crown. That's card 4. Card 5. We love you so much. Card 6. There are two kinds of pain in this world. A pain that hurts and a pain that alters. Equalizer. All right, what else I got here? Begun Sansei Dixon. Okay, that's what Denzel Washington said in that dream. Okay? I mean, not that dream, in that movie. Okay, I think it was Equalizer 2. Yeah. There are two kinds of pain in this world. A pain that hurts and a pain that alters. Begun Sansei Dixon. All right. You are walking into your North Node. Card number 7. Number 8. Shiny new gifts are on the way. Number 9. We're just getting started. That's what they need to know. Alright, collective. If you like the video, like the video.